welcome back to another video. It's your girl, Atelier Arts, and today we're going to go under the umbrella of creativity and we are going to make jewelry. Wait, can you guys see this? Okay, jewelry. We're gonna be making jewelry. I have a whole entire jewelry box, like legit. All this is just jewelry stuff and beads and like a ring thing, and I have like a ring keychain. This is like the things that like the janitors have with all like the keys on it, but except it's like rings. So if I need to know what my ring size is, I just stick my finger through each of them. I think I'm like a 5. I think I'm a 5, like a positive 5. Yeah, so basically whatever you are, like say this is like you're a 5, so your finger fits through the 5. Whatever you are, go above that. So since I'm a 5, I'm going to the -5 because the B is going to take up enough space. So today we are going to be making jewelry. We're going to be having fun. We're going to be talking a little bit, and yeah, that's basically it. Let's start the music and get into the video, shall we? Okay, so basically we're going to be making, I'm gonna try and make some necklaces and some rings. That's mostly what I do. Bracelets are okay. I mean, like I made this one. It's just like a little brown one. It's perfectly fine, but I make more like necklaces, like the ones I show you. I'll put it like here and here, but I basically make more like necklaces and rings. So I'm going to try and do that, and in the course of doing that, basically show you guys my process and my technique. I also have some really cute rocks here. I'll show you guys. I also have some really cute rocks here basically, and I'm going to try to make them into like the pendant necklaces like I showed you guys previously. So let's get started. So you guys, I am trying jewelry. I actually have done jewelry before. I just never really, I guess, shown the process of it. I normally make like rings and necklaces. I'm thinking about making bracelets, as I said earlier, but I think I might just stick with necklaces, charms, and earrings for right now. But in this video, I think what I'm doing right now is I'm picking beads. So as you can see, the little parsley container, the little parsley container is where I can literally keep my beads. If I have a container, I'm going to use it. So the parsley container is where I keep all my regular or semi-regular beads. I'm kind of choosing and picking out which ones I want to use, which ones I want to use for rings right now, since that's what I'm making, which ones would go with the gold and the silver palette, and then which ones could kind of complement each other in the beading, the strands, and also with, you know, necklaces as well. You got to make them look pretty. So I'm trying to choose my charms right now and making sure each one kind of goes with the other, but also counteracts it to where it's not too similar. So right here, as I said kind of before, I have a kind of janitorial ring case, ring holder where I measure out my fingers and I see which band is going to work for me. My finger size is a size 5, so I kind of keep it in that range between 5 because I have really small fingers, and like 10s and stuff for when I'm selling them. Between 5s and 10s, you never really know whose finger size you're going to get, so I always make sure to keep a variety of rings. Right now I'm using the silver wire for I think a pearl bead that I was going to use. I really liked it and it looks so pretty. Like I'm wearing it right now while I'm recording this. So this is it's so beautiful. But I would think that the silver wire is kind of my favorite. The gold is okay. Like I love the gold. It looks so pretty. It's better than bronze. But I think the silver is a lot better because of cream colors that it comes out of, or unlike the pastels, where if I have a bead that's like, you know, like multicolored, then it looks really good and it really puts out like a nice blend of a palette. So right now I am kind of finishing up the bead. I use two types of pliers, the cutting pliers, which are kind of sharper than my framing pliers, which are the longer kind of rectangular ones that you see. I use that to bend it around the ring or to make the clasp on the side flatter, so then when you put the ring on, it won't scrape your finger or anything like that. I do not personally own a soldering iron, so it is, I would say, a little bit more difficult trying to make sure that the side piece that you just wrapped around stays there and does not like fray, which all the rings that I work with, I make sure that they don't fray at the end because I soak them a little bit in an alcohol mixture that I've made to where it'll like stay but it won't take the paint off, so that really works for me. Otherwise, making this ring though, I'm gonna tell you, making this ring was fun. I mean, like this ring came out so pretty. It'll show you on here, but it came out like so pretty, and like the palette that I chose, especially for this ring, is like so pretty. The black tool that I'm using now is my ring sizer. I have gotten another one. It is a little bigger and more rounder, but that is my ring sizer, to where it's like, okay, well, if you're a size 5, this is how big you should be. Size 7, this is how big your finger would be. So that's how I really keep up with everything. And here is the ring. Look at my styling. It looks so pretty. I just love the colors and the way it looks and everything like that. It's just so gorgeous. And the framing work is amazing. Love that. And the little dip. The little dip is my favorite. But I think now we're going to work on another ring. So let's get into that one, shall we? So on this go around, we are going to be making a purple charm. I got 3 different types of purple beads, as you can kind of see in the beginning. I think it's in my right hand in the beginning when I'm showing off the beads. I have a dark purple that is a bigger bead than the other ones, but I wanted to make sure that it was like a big bead on the bottom and then 2 medium beads on the top. And so those are normally the charms that I'm trying to start doing now. I'm making dangling charms as well, but for this one I just wanted to see if I could make a basic little charm, so I decided to use the color purple and use the variations of that. So I had a smoky purple and a kind of smaller version of the bigger version of a solid purple, and then I had a bigger solid purple bead on the bottom. So it went from the big purple bead, the clouded purple bead, and then the smaller purple bead. And I like the way it came out. It looked really pretty. For this right now, I'm going to be using the silver gauge wire. I really like the silver wire. I'm telling you, the silver wire, like the rings that I make, majority of them are silver and gold. I have a couple black ones, but the way that it kind of looks, I have to get an unmatted wire so that I can get the glossed black ones, but those are kind of expensive, so we have silver and gold right now. But I really loved making this ring. It was nice. Had a little mishap in the beginning. As you can kind of see, the wire is not entirely straight, but that's because at the end, as you can see, I was curling it to make a kind of spiral at the bottom. I will put a picture of it because I don't think I showed it too much at the end, but I'll put a picture of it in the corner. But I put, as you can see, a spiral on the bottom of it, and then I put the beads on top of the spiral, so it's kind of bird nesting it in a way. I really like the way that it came out too. I did a wrap around so then I wouldn't have to cut off excess wire. So for the shorter pieces of wire, I wrapped it around the 3 beads, kind of going down in a tower situation, and it came out really pretty. I put a loop on the top in case I wanted to make it like a necklace or anything, but right now I think I'm going to keep it a charm just for these, and then just put 4 links above it and then a charm, or 2 links above it to make it a necklace like that. But it came out super, super pretty, and I hope you guys love it. Okay guys, now we are on to another ring. I will be using black wire for this one. Again, as I say, I have a love-hate relationship with the black wire just because it's not really glossed in a way. I have the matte black wire, so it's kind of like a matte finish on it, and it looks okay. It's just normally I use black wire for rough drafts, or if I want to see what the wire looks like with shaping, I use the black wire to make sure, because I have a lot of it, so I don't really use it for final pieces. I normally use the final pieces with silver and the gold wire gauge, or even sometimes bronze wire gauge, but rarely ever black rings. But when I do make black rings, I'm going to start making black bands, and then I'll go over it with a finished gloss or nail polish gloss to make sure that it stays as shiny as the silver and the gold come off. For this one, it was gonna be a long ring because with gauges, you have to be able to get either the stronger gauges or the less stronger gauges. So my silver and gold gauges are 24 gauge, which means that it's a little, just a little bit more, harder to mend and everything, while my black one is a 16 gauge. So that means that it is a little bit more easier to maneuver around, which I love and I hate because it's kind of hard to keep it down in a way that's the same easier way that I do for the silver and the gold how I could just press it together and it stays down because it's a stronger gauge, while the black one is not really as strong as the silver and the gold ones, but it still works out. I wanted to use a blue bead for this one. It looks really pretty. I'm not going to lie, it looks so pretty. And I like the way that the color came off. It has a kind of Twilight finish to it. I've never seen Twilight, so please do not get on me for that. I apologize for my Twilight fans out there. I have never seen Twilight. I do not plan on seeing Twilight. I already know the story basis on it. I'm sorry. If I was in Twilight, I'm sorry. I'm Team Jacob. I don't know, or Edward, or whichever one you guys are supporting now. But that's what I'm doing with this ring, and I like the marble that I chose because it's a clouded blue, so it makes the black look authentic, and it does make it look fancy. So I think I did a good job on that one. But I'm gonna let you guys chill with the music for a little bit before I show the final results. Alright, so basically, now I'm using black wire. I have like this much of the silver wire left. I have like this, I don't really know what color this is. It's kind of like a murkier silver, but it's like the mid-tone in between that and the black wire. The black wire is a little bit more flimsier than the silver and the murky color. The murky and the silver are kind of the same thickness. I think they're both 20. And then this gauge is like 18. I will say the lower the number, I think it's the lower the number. Yeah, I think the higher the number. Wait. Yeah, the lower the number it is, like the weaker the metal is. So if I get like a 32 gauge, it's gonna be like way stronger. It's like close to like actual wire wrapping. So these are all wires. So this is like a 20 gauge wire, and it's like bendable like that. Basically, I'd say a paper clip is maybe like 28, 30 gauge wire, because those things are like, depending on which ones you get, are super, I'd say like super, well, way thicker than a regular wire. So these, since they're thinner, they are a little bit more easier to like, you know, maneuver, but it's also kind of harder to get it to stay in one place sometimes because like it's moving around on like the smooth surface of a ball. But we have finished this ring. Oh my god, it looks so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on, I don't see. I don't think you guys can see that. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, it's so pretty. Wow. It's basically the same one that I made with the silver one, but it's just with the black wire and a little bit bigger. So this is more of a index finger for my left hand, because technically my fingers, all my fingers are kind of this different sizes, but it's mostly like a ring finger ring, and then this one is more so for like a thumb, I'd say. Otherwise I'm gonna give this one to my mom because it's a little bigger. But yeah, that's where we're at, and we're gonna keep going. I'm going to make at least 2 necklaces. I'm thinking either this rock or this rock, otherwise maybe the kind of smoother one right here, because like I've made rock pendants before, of course, but like this is kind of my first time doing it, so it's complicated, but it's easy. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can, let's just try this out. Hey guys, I'm back. Did you miss me? I know you did. Anyway, for this necklace, I am actually currently wearing this necklace, so I can show a picture in a minute. But for this necklace, I used the white rock that I showed before against the gray one. I like the white better just because it looked better with the silver on it. But right now, I'm trying to make a stem for the necklace to go into, so then I can put the wire into kind of a stand area. I have to wrap the wire around itself to get like those kind of little X's that you see on wires and pendants like that. Like even with like charm necklaces or crystal necklaces, you have like the diamond shaped wires. So I have to do that. I have to shape it into the diamonds, and then I have to put the rock in it, and then I gotta make sure that it stays, because most of the rocks that I use don't have holes in them, like pre-made holes in them, or they're just rocks that I found and I'm like, hey, I want to make something into this, or rocks that I got from like my bead places that are like $1, which, oh my gosh, I love that place. But for this rock, since it doesn't have a hole in it, I had to do a kind of wraparound. As you can see, I'm twisting on every kind of corner that the rock has for, this necklace. I know it's like a rounded rock, but it is, I would say, a little more difficult to make corners on, just because you have to make sure that you don't scratch up the rock, but you also have to find a corner or make a area for the chain or the silver to go into, so that when you're making a necklace or a pendant, it looks like it's supposed to wrap around and it goes with the curves of the rock. But for this necklace, I really liked making it. It was super fun, super nice, pretty. And I'll put a picture like right here so I can show you guys. And it is, I'm not gonna lie, I love that necklace. I've been wearing it for a couple of days and I really love it.